Hey, we're back. Back for some more Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Where did we... 1615. What were we doing? It's been a few days. The trial of Maggie Bird. Oh yeah, we gave her like a Jason Statham style voice, didn't we? I remember. Okay, so Maggie Bird is getting done for murdering a guy in a restaurant. Oh man, we've got to try and remember what the fucking evidence was against her. There was a bunch of stuff. She was unconscious, right? And someone put the poison in her apron. As well as the winning scratch card, probably. Which means there has to be some other motive for killing him that isn't the scratch card, right? If the scratch card is the red herring, then what's the real reason for killing him? We don't know that yet. There's still a lot of weird stuff about this case. Okay. Let's see if we can catch back up. What this should have is, like, when you load a game, it should ask you if you want to recap. Like a quick, like, Pokemon Red style, Fire Red style, I should say. You know when you play Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green? Was it Fire Red and Leaf Green? Was it Golden, Soul Silver and Heart Gold? One of them, I'm sure it was Fire Red and Leaf Green, showed you like the most recent things that you did. It would be nice just to get a refresher of what we know, but I suppose that would give too much information away. Right, well, it's just relying so heavily on my memory, which is like the least reliable thing. That's it. End of sentence. Okay. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. Prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Would the witness please take the stand? Ah, yes. Name and occupation if you don't mind. The name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what made me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too. Going to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. My occupation? Yeah, listen, human. How much coal do you think there is for kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do, or did, back in Japan. Are we not in Japan? I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe he can embroider my costume sometimes. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. Rough. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would, looking at that nose. Well then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javachino. Seeds? What? Duncan? Did we? I feel like we did that already. What do you think these are, huh? I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps. Did I? Oh yes, yes I did, I saw it all. And please tell the court we're all ears. Sure, I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail. Really getting into this. What did you witness? The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. Don't believe you. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl, right? There in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Do you... Kudo, she's not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. He was bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones? I mean, he's not wrong. Okay, it's fair. The world leaves you behind. It happens. It happens to everyone. It happened to him. It's happening to me. It'll happen to you. I still have to, like, fucking... And sometimes, like, you literally don't know what the correct word is anymore. This came up, we were playing Hunt yesterday, and I was playing as Red Raven, who is a very cool character, right? I think Red Raven's cool. And we would describe someone. I think it was Urquhart asked which of the characters had the boost, and I was like, "Oh, there's a few of the characters had the boost," and named a few of them off. And I said, "And the two Indians from the previous pass." And then I realized that, like, okay, you probably can't say Indians, right? I feel like that's something that's not said anymore. So I was like, Native Americans, and it wasn't until after the stream I was like, "Is Native Americans even right? What? I don't even know the correct term." And then I went to look it up, and I still don't know. Because apparently, legally, the American government calls them Indians or American Indians. Some of the people that you would consider to be Native Americans call themselves Native Americans. Some of them call themselves American Indians. Some of them just call themselves Indians. Some of them only like use their tribal names, like Cherokee or whatever. And I was like, I don't know what fucking tribe she's from. I don't think she's even meant to be from a specific tribe. I feel like they're unique to the hunt world, right? But who knows? Maybe the face paint does indicate a tribe. I don't know. Maybe I'm too ignorant to know. I don't know if it's, you know, if there's a specific pattern that indicates the tribe or what. And I just realized that, like, I know nothing about that culture. and I can't understand it just from a quick Google search. It's way more complicated than that, which is why we need an umbrella term, right? That isn't offensive to, you know, to allow us to differentiate, right? Like, if someone calls me European, that's fine, right? I don't consider myself particularly European. I consider myself British, but like, if they say, "Oh, you European," sure, it's a good enough umbrella term. Fine, yeah. If you can't tell specifically what country I'm on just by looking at me, sure. Fine. I'm not going to cry about it. But man, people don't know. And if you don't tell people, then how do they know? And it's the same with like there's this like Australian media company that puts stuff up on YouTube. I've been seeing a lot of them go around recently of like, you can't ask that, where they take people who I guess have like, that we socially have words for, or like opinions about, or like questions we want to know that are like taboo. So for example, they had I'm going to say short-statured people, okay? But again, it's like, there's one obvious word you're not supposed to say, but then there's like, you know, what is okay and what isn't, you know? And they ask like the hard questions and get good answers. Because if you don't know and you can't ask, how are you ever gonna know? Because one of the interesting points, the thing they led with for the title of the video was like, should someone kneel down to speak to you, or like, you know, come down to your level to speak to you? Is that respectful, or is it condescending, I guess, patronizing even? And even that, there was a split opinion. Like, some people were saying, "Oh, that's, you know, it's a bit disrespectful. Like, you know, just talk to me on a normal level." And then there was other people who was like, "Well, it's way more convenient if you come down to where I am." And I'm like, that's not helpful. I mean, at the end of the day, it literally depends on the individual, doesn't it? You know? And the same was said about the term dwarf, which some people were like, I'm fine with that. And some people were like, I find that offensive. And little people was the other one, which some people said, again, is like fairly condescending. And the same with like short-statured and stuff. But it's like, you know, who knows? You know, it's the kind of thing that we need to like establish what is fine and teach it in schools. But even then, you're only teaching the current generation, and things are gonna change. If you start teaching someone that one particular phrase is acceptable, that won't always be the case, right? Things change. Like the term Native American was sort of popularized in the 60s. And now there's a lot of Native Americans who are like, I don't like the term Native American. So like, what do you fucking do, man? What do you do? All you can do is try, you know? All you can do is try. And just accept the fact that sometimes you're going to offend people without meaning to. You know, it's going to happen. And then just apologize, right? That's what apologizing is for. That's why we have the concept of an apology. Just tell me sorry, I didn't realize. Please tell me what you prefer. Job done, right? That's my worldview anyway. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And the point is, we shouldn't judge people so harshly when they're older and don't have the fucking knowledge that we have, that we expect them to have, that they were never taught, right? People don't just magically fucking know the right thing to do and say, okay? And if it changes, how are they, you know, or you have to politely, like they said here. I mean, all right, he's trying to brush it off, but like, the judge did a good point. Please don't call her a serving girl, call her a waitress. That's fine. Anyway. Newfangled. All this talk of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. It just shows you how quickly the world changes as well. Like, it's, you don't appreciate, like, someone who's old, you think, oh, they've got all the time in the world to learn this new shit. But it's like, it goes by quickly from their perspective. Although I feel like, in a way, the onus is on the older person to at least attempt to stay up on modern society. Right? Because the moment you stop trying to learn, the quicker it leaves you behind. And then you can never catch up. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. I mean, this is a good point. Don't forget the old values. We could do well to remember that in Britain. We used to be a nation that was, you know, prided upon their manners. The stereotype of you know, reserved, respectful, polite British people. Where did that go, huh? What happened to us as a nation? Should we not be embarrassed that now our stereotype is football, yobbery, and drunken tourists, huh? Sad times. That's the part of the world that probably shouldn't change. Sometimes change is not good. I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes change is bad. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Before I ramble again. Okay, let's examine this son of a bitch. Your man was reading the sports paper. Was he though? Because I heard he was having a phone call. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenn Elg. I'd like to know if Gutson Braun retained his championship or not. So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? Now the location in question. There are partitions between tables at the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? You say that you can see the victim. He must have been sat on the other side of the restaurant. Oh, W for witness. I was like, what's witness for? What's W for? I was like, he's named Victor, not Victor. But yes, victim, witness. I got that place to drink cappuccino. I don't go to sit. You don't go there to drink cappuccino. You go there to lecture on the waitresses, and that's fine. I'm not judging you for that. But at least admit it. I don't remember which table I was sitting at. I mean, you go there to either waitress. It's fine. The serving girl brought in a cappuccino, but she put something in it. And you saw her do that, did you? Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Mr. Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. See. My eyesight's fine. Nancy said I only need spectacles for reading and driving. I mean, if you need them for driving, your eyesight is not fine. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. I saw what the serving girl points at the cappuccino as well. But I know it's coming. It opens something tells me I'm not going to like it. Did you see it put in there? Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony. I agree. Witness, will you please enlighten us? Sure. There's no question about it. She was very conspicuous. He put in some white powder in there. And could it be sugar? Hold on, let's go back. God damn it. Hold it, old man. Did she really put that in the coffee? You doubt me, boy. She took out some sort of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in. Couldn't she have been adding sugar? Sugar in a small brown bottle like that? Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms? Ha! A bottle like this, perhaps? Oh, there it is. That's the one. That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume. So what did the accused put in the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you? Ugh. I took one sip of it and looked like it was in terrible pain and then collapsed. Took just one sip? You young'uns, you waste everything. Those Jarbachinos cost $8. They do. In the old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died. That's funny. Congratulations, you earned the title of battiest man to grace the courtroom. So it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch. Felt the Jarvachino I just drank turned sour in my stomach. Oh yes, I know that feeling. And the waitress, I presume she is... That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry? You can see all the way up to her, you know, she's practically naked in that uniform. Objection! So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit. But anyone could wear such a uniform, even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image. Don't get excited, Nick. You got to keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away. There were other things I recognize about her too. He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these are the features that you recognize about the defendant. Don't say Baps. Don't do it. I would ask you to add them to your testimony. Sure. There's a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose. Ooh, interesting. Did we not have a picture of her passed out? Did I imagine that? Tits. You seem to remember several details about her appearance. What about the most crucial detail of all, her face? Oh my god, what if he has face blindness? Prognosia? Is that it? Something like that. As if I wouldn't remember that.
Objection!
The witness noticed the straps on the accused apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's an assumption, Godot. That's right. I can even tell you the colour of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. Why is the ribbon orange? I'm just saying, that is an orange ribbon. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. That's about the straps. That's about the waitress's back. What? Her back? Hold on, let's ask about the straps. Mr. Kudo, you seem especially interested in straps. Why is that? For fuck's sake, that's not what I meant. And you know it, game. What? Ribbon in her hair, the straps on her apron. What's the fascination? Fascination.
Objection!
People have all kinds of fetishes, right? We don't need to embarrass the witness. Listen, you young upstarts, I've got some sick strap fetish. Is there any relevance to the witness's usual love of straps, Mr. Wright? I was just curious as to why he was so fixated on the waitress's straps. I said I haven't got a strap fetish. How many times do I have to repeat myself? Very well, continue with your testimony, Mr. Kudo, and make it strapless. I think old CD really saw Maggie do it. Well, he probably designed the waitress the whole time, that's why he was there. He was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress. I guess. Yeah, we need to ask about the back of the dress then, I guess. Hey, did I just say something clever? What if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie? That's what we have to figure out, Nick. Yeah, like someone slipped into her outfit.
Hold it! Objection!
The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. Uh-huh. So, is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
Ha! He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. This witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. Just tell you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Don't say Baps. Sure. Hellman's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. That's, yeah, okay. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about it when I saw it from the front. Wow. So he's an ass man.
Hold it!
You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the witness's face, yes? No question about it. I didn't come this far to back down now, but Takudo never backs down. Not the answer I was looking for, but okay. This is turned into a matter of pride for old CD now, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not. Like I thought we need some concrete proof of this. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front. Think old CD really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. Yeah, we've seen that. So, there was nothing distinctive from the front, but is there something distinctive about Maggie from the front? Other than the fact that she looks a bit like a man. Spectacles? Are those meant to be glasses that she's wearing? I assume that, like, that they're half-moon glasses, right? Is that enough to present that as evidence? Or am I going to get shafted if I do that? Is there anything... Oh, yeah, the stains on her apron. Right? Possible. Especially if he was looking at the outfit. I'm going to go with the apron. Watch this be completely wrong.
Objection!
Mr. Kudo, I'd like you to please take a look at this. That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me what my grandson looks like after he's just done eating. You ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. You think I'd forget something as dirty as that, huh? Well, you half-witted clot. Well. What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. Yeah? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. Couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops. Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this. Ha! Well, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Look. Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. Hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. Fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted. Can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. He was another of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. Oh, the victim. Broken pair of spectacles, huh? I mean, I assume you mean the scouter. He had a newspaper in his right hand and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. His right hand. The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that well. The serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. With his free hand would be left hand. I mean, that's not so surprising. If this is going to hinge on him being right-handed, I'll be mad, because I drink with either hand. Like, it doesn't really bother me. And there's nothing necessarily to indicate which hand he had that cup in. That could be either hand, realistically. I mean... It's hard to say, isn't it? Oh, wait. He sips that with his right hand. And we can prove it because of the lip mark. Oh ho ho. That's interesting. Did we just go straight in on that? The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh yeah, it does. You know what types who are so vague about everything. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We need to do one thing. We need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. Well, I'm going to press him about the scouter just because I want to know more about it. But then we'll ask about the cup.
Hold it!
Hold it right there, old man. Spectacles. Glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well. He have some kind of lens over his left eye. I wouldn't have called that a pair of glasses. He seems to be wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Fine. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance. We better come up with something sharp and quick. Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. Nah, we got him on the cup, man. Let's get him on the cup. Wait. Yeah, with his free hand. Yeah. Which you're saying was the left. His free hand? Yes. Which hand was that? Well, you listened before, Kofi is. I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? His free hand wasn't his right hand, then which hand was it, you moron? Ow, ow. Ha! Perhaps the great Mr. Wright has 3 hands. Yeesh, I was only asking only to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. This guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. Guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do, even the smallest detail. We just need to make one mistake in his hours. We got him. I swear to God, if this does not evidence it, I'm gonna be fucking mad. Because look at this son of a bitch.
Objection!
Mr. Kudo, remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? This was a way of testing the credibility of your memory. I know, there's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. If I get anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. What is this, kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But ow. Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. Said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go to the park where he belongs. What? Wait. You think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad? You're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young hotbot on you spiky-head yahoo who were at fault. Who, me? Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but... Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Kudo. But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. The boy is wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Do we have proof of the earpiece yet? His left eardrum was ruptured. Mate! Do I just go straight in on this without even hearing the rest of his testimony? Get fiddling with it. Let's fiddling with this before he picks up the cup. And use his left hand to pick up the cup. We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. Yeah, I would agree you could refer to that as a monocle. I think arguably it is. It says a monocle. It's a single ocular lens, right? It's. I would argue that is the very definition of a monocle. Not a classic monocle, but same thing. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. A monitor? I mean, like a television screen? Inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. A HMD? What's the M stand for? Common tool in the victim's line of work. HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw and I'm telling the truth. It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts in good old black and white. I'm gonna have to look up at HMD. I wanna know what it stands for. HMD, human mobile device. Wow, that's way more boring than I thought it was going to be. Fine. Right, the boy is wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. So the victim was wearing an HMD. HD, TV, CD, DVD, what does it matter? It was none of them actually, but anyway. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question, I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. That is true. On the opposite table, you only have a view of the side of the victim's head. Well, old man, I'm gonna... You know what? I'm gonna save. Because you know what this game is like. We've done a lot of stuff there. And then I'm gonna fucking query that shit. I'm gonna present Glenn Elg as evidence.
Objection!
Not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim. What? Say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What do you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Huh? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear. Because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Piss. Pigeon. Pretty pigeon. Order. This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waiters from behind, and he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot, a single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This, old man, is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down, I know I'm right. Lad drank his Javachino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. Yeah, it's not impossible. That's what the old man saw.
Objection!
No, because he said he took one sip and passed out, right? Actually, haha. I remembered. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Objection!
Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee. Like this. Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. Testimony given by this witness is useless. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Wait. If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's and cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything, but I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Jabachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet. Much, much quicker. Can't believe this is happening. You better get ready, youngster. I get the picture. Just quit throwing the seeds at me, would you? He's got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Nice. First of all, I want to stress that this might not be nothing. This might be nothing. God damn it. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, huh? What? What has that got to do with the price of fish? Is that all? Yeah, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Yeah, you doubt me again. You're not a poor old defenseless old man. No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. I get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick. Yeah, so what, probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. A bare brain. That's why that's all you can think of. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please. Let's press on a few of these. The court generally prefers it if witnesses are sure of themselves, Mr. Kudo. Noisy brat. I'm warning you, I'm more savage than a macho man right now. I see. You won't beat me with this testimony. This is the final battle. Ow! He's chucking those seeds harder than ever. Better be careful. Oh, Nick, nail him. Phrasing? Phrasing, Maya, please. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. God has already heard that testimony, Mr. Kudo. I know that. I was just setting the mood. How else was I supposed to build up the suspense, huh? Suspense? Now what do you think? Should I work the audience a bit more? No, please continue, Mr. Kudo, as quickly as possible. Alright, where was I? A vase, you say? Yeah, there are vases on the tables in that place. An accident's waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over. Yeah, it's right about there being vases. I don't remember seeing them too. There was a vase on the table when I ate lunch there. Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Wait a gosh darn monkey fucking minute. I think we got him. We saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase. Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define... Okay, I get it. Let it break. And this... What? And the sight of his burning my memories clear as day. That is bollocks, old man. That is bollocks.
Objection!
Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Lost your tongue, Grandad? I'm no granddad of yours, hopscotch. Ow! Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. What is it now? I just remembered something. Yes, go on. Broken vase. It was on my table. What? Well, you see, start me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on... Man. Oh, I can't stay consistent with vase and vase because I hear vase so often that it works its way into my brain. This is the problem with being on the internet a lot, is you get very Americanized. The vase on your table. Yeah, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all? No. Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Wait a minute. That's the case. There's more. I've got more to say. Oh yeah, I remember something else. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. Wait, listen to me. Useless, wasn't he? Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we've heard this far. Mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it. I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor? There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor? The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that. It was really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's. Yes, Your Honor. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. Sorry, this isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? That is all. This court is adjourned. TBC? Save progress? Yes, please. Guess we save over that one. So, how do you think the trial went this morning? How do you think it went? Got a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances. Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Of course, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee. All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw. The apron straps and the ribbon. And that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Talk about a terrifying case of contradictionitis. Let's play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh? Yeah. We've got to find one for Maggie or she's going to have a terminal case of guilty. Well, I'm officially at a loss as to where to start. Yeah, me too. Let's try some brainstorming. You go first. Guess you should try to put Mr. Kudo's testimony to some sort of use. Yeah, that's true. And we need to figure out the identity of the waitress and who the victim really was. I mean, we could ask the fucking chef who else he employs. Somehow, I think the key to this case has got to be at Tribulations. I mean, it's obviously the chef, right? The chef put the fucking outfit on, knowing that Victor Kudos couldn't see shit. And if it turns out that the chef is just... Man, this could be borderline troublesome, is what I'm saying. It's going to be one of those cases that hasn't aged well. Well then, let's go back there and check it out again. It just feels like it's a bit much. Oh, we should drop in on Maggie and see how she's doing too. So anything on your mind? Actually, there is something. I was wondering about Zinniop, you know? Like what he's like and stuff. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that guy. I had to beat you so hard, it'll feel like you was smooching the express train. Phoenix Wright? You say you's Phoenix Wright? 'Cause I'm Phoenix Wright. One and only. Actually, I've learned a little something about my doppelganger. Oh, you did? What did you find out? Oh yeah, I was working at the restaurant when I ran into Don Fonioni. See, I was like, what the fuck? Let's just say he was such a terrible version of me that I wanted to sue for defamation. It's that guy's story anyway. Well, what does he have to gain by impersonating me? Okay. Go to criminal affairs. Looks like Gumshoe's not here. Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow. You think? Yeah, everyone seems to be on edge. What are you doing? Call in the officers for the briefing, quick. Can't you shut down the station server? Chief, quit playing on the internet. But my email pen pal, leaked Asian princess. Well, oh. Save it for later, I'm turning it off now. No, leaked Asian princess. Fuck me. Everyone's keeping busy in here, huh? Keeping busy, more like panicking if you ask me. Something's going on, something big. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Yeah, we've seen this. We've seen this as well. Has anything actually changed here? Oh, he's writing a letter to... Dear Elite Asian Princess, how are you? I'm okay. How was the show last night? Wow. Wow, what an awesome job. Maybe I should send in my resume and become chief. Okay, I don't think there's anything we can do here. I guess we need to speak to Gumshoe to get the skinny on what's actually happening. Guess Maggie's still in questioning. But we've got questions to ask her too. Maggie! Maggie! Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know? Okay. Got a Trabian. Empty as usual. Yeah, and it's lunchtime too. That is it. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, that sounds like... Oh, it was Gumshoe. I thought it was going to be the chef. Now just go on 8, pal. Come on, I know you can. Getting really worked up about something. No, that's the wrong number. Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a rip-off. What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just listening to the radio, pal. The radio? Hey, Detective Gumshoe is having lunch here. He is, and he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? I thought you were skint, Gumshoe. What are you doing eating here, huh? This is a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal? Really drove her into a corner, you know. You always blow apart my testimony. Why? Why of all days did you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it for once. Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese? Would you prefer crumbly, like aged parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you, pal? About me, I mean? Well, how did she put it again? I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I don't ever want to see him again. Something like that. Wah! Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean... Why? Why is this happening? He's banging his head against the wall, Nick. Oh man, poor Gumshoe. So, did you like the twin tea set? I've never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous my hands were shaking. So, how did it taste? Well, for $20, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, really. It was delicate. Delicate? You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you? What's the matter with him? Looks like he's thinking. That's it! I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. And I just realized it's bad. That's it. It tasted bad. Just kind of hard to admit it to yourself when you paid $20 for it, you know? Maybe you should have found out about the price after we'd finished eating. Hey Nick, maybe that's why Glen L came here. Maybe you heard about the super fierce twin tea set. By fierce you mean fearsome. Speaking of Glen L, that reminds me. We still hardly know anything about the guy. Oh shit, I missed that. Can I... Man. Well, she said, why don't we research Glen Elk, which is true, we should absolutely find out more about the victim. I feel like we could do with a character witness who knows him. So, what were you all excited about earlier? Huh? That's right, you said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing, I wasn't excited. Come on, Detective Gumshoe, you can tell little old me. What were you listening to? Nothing. Nothing really, it was just the daily exercise show. Yeah. He's a gambler. He was gambling. He was doing a gamble. He was betting on the horses, the nags. Yeah, this lunch special's lobster sure is great. Why are there tears in your eyes? Look at my Magatama. How do I present this to him again? Present Magatama. Look into my eye. The radio. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No, wait, pal. Now that you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not going to tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to sports gambling, baby. Well, Detective Gumshoe, Yeah, that's it, pal. You got me. You sure are something. How come I'm still seeing the lock? Guess I was wrong. Oh. Oh, the lottery. And what was it he was shouting when he was listening to the radio? Does it show me an A? I thought it was a race, but it could just be like bingo. Or lottery. Yeah. Do we have like a winning lottery ticket?
Take that!
I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? Thought you tried to win big, just like Glenn Elk did. It's like you can see right through me, pal. I've cracked him already? See, pal, that's why I said it was nothing. Gumshoe, what the fuck, man? Yeah, I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. Are you, though? What's with everyone in the lottery? What is with everyone in the lottery? How'd it go? I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy book. I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elk, see? And they've got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. Weird, because it looks like he bought a scratch card, but sure, whatever. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal. I bet that's what Mr. Elk was listening to on the day he was killed. Yeah, maybe. But then why was he writing... Maybe it wasn't him that wrote MC Spanner or whatever it was. Yeah, what time is it now? It's just after 1:30. Are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah, look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket. Millionaire Radio experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30 p.m. Okay. Okay, so yeah, possible. Possible. Millionaire Radio, that sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick. So buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money. Is that new? No, I think it was always like that, wasn't it? I think I said he was talking about a vase like this today in court. It does look like it's ready to fall over any second. Looks kind of fragile, too. I bet if Mr. Armstrong charged $10,000 for every vase a customer broke, he'd be able to pay off his loan really quickly. If you hit people with that kind of bill, Maya, they will hit you back. Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone. Oh, the other waitress. I forgot that she existed. I'll be back next month. Oui, naturellement. I will be waiting for you. If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. Oh, she's the mafia. The Yakuza. She's after him for the loan money. No, I will have everything ready, I promise. I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles. No, 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 stop it, I beg you. Then don't let me down. I'll be watching you. Mais no, this is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle. Talk to anyone, and I'll drive a knife right through your heart. Oh no, you do not have to worry. You know, you worry far too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is the oil of sandalwood. You do love raw meat from time to time. Ah. I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye for now. I have les cheveux. I must rub some of my oil all over my body before I become the nervous wreck. Oh, oui, oui, that feels good. Ugh. Oh la la, excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes, my eyes! Your eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need this. La oil of sandalwood. This is just the leftovers of what you were just using. You got anything interesting for me to poke around at? Nothing new, is there? This is all just the same shite. You don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong? No, you are right, monsieur. But perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, no? That way I can give you my undivided attention and cook for you la dish supreme. You're gonna brave face, huh? That's what girls do, Nick. Wow. Wow. You are right. The business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is the problem. People do not understand it. They think it is a tray. I just wanted people to think that my restaurant was exclusive. I think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays. Nick, that's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry. Forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya. But this restaurant is my life. It is everything to me. I would defend it to la finale. 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 No one will take it from me. Except that woman, maybe. So who was that woman you were just talking to? Oh la la, you saw that? Oh well, yes, sorry. So who was she? She looked so polite and graceful. Polite? Graceful? She likes raw meat and fires, right? I'll be back next month. Oui, Nature Le Monde, I will be waiting for you. If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. No, I will have everything ready, I promise. Now that I think about it. Hey Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having. You think so? Well then let's show them that piece of evidence and see what happens. The debt, right? It's gotta be the debt. So long as that paper exists, I am but a delightful angel with broken wings. An angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it. Oui, they kept harassing me months after months. At the end, I had to give in. I agreed to help them. Help them? With what? Maybe, sir, if I did not owe them the money, I would have refused. But my hands were tied. Please, what did you agree to help them with? No, I cannot say. So, did you fucking do it? For the mafia? And then the mafia set up Maggie as the patsy. Why do they want Glenn Elk dead? Did he do something? He was a programmer, right? Did he hack some of their records or something? If I tell you, that woman, she was let me up. And eat me with la salad garnish. Ooh, I hope it doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish. I'm gonna guess that woman has something to do with your loan contract, am I right? Ah. Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman. Woman who was here earlier. I take it that she's, Why has it come to this? Suddenly I find myself so deep in the debt. It is a sign of the bad, bad world we live in, huh? I'd say it's more of a sign of the bad, bad culinary skills. The woman who was here. The scary woman. She is from the loan office. Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from? Oui, tender lender, it is called. Catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money. Please, you must not borrow from them. If you must, no more than $10. $10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya. Hey, I got a bit more than that, thank you very much. The tender lender is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from her. I wonder if they've got anything to do with this case. Hell yeah, they do. I am a weak woman. When I upset, I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. I am like his slave. I have to do everything that he tells me. Who is this he? La Tigre. The tiger? Oui. He's the manager of the tender lender, a terrifying man, la big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling, and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of that battle dog scooter rides, I start to cry. Fake Phoenix Wright. Let me up. Big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter. Does this guy resemble me by any chance? Oh, no, no, no. This man has a presence, a most formidable personality. Also, he does have la spiky hair, just like you. There is a resemblance there, I suppose. Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all. If you want to visit the tender lender, it is just beyond Vitamin Square. Nick, if you need money, I can loan you some, as long as it's less than $3. Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? From my, even I, the poorest of the poor, have more than $3 to my name. Okay, let's go back to Tribulations. And I guess we can go to the loan office now, right? Vitamin Square. I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you? Maybe he went to buy another ton of bird seeds. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be here anyway, at least not for now. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix. Hey, check this out. Wouldn't get too close to that if I were you, otherwise you might be in for a shock. The phony must be lurking someplace nearby. Just imagine a tiger loose in the city. Meanwhile, the real phoenix is like an abandoned chick, lost in a vast urban jungle. Huh? Don't worry. Someday you'll grow up and become a ferocious tiger too. Don't lose hope. Why is she trying to pep talk me into becoming my phony? But can we move from here to Tenderlander? Yes, we can. This place gives up a really strange vibe, doesn't it? It's like the tiger isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good thing. Welcome. Huh? Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul to shrivel up and die. Is it the woman? Yeah. You're here to discuss a loan? No, not exactly. The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. She's gone, just like that. I guess we'll just have to come back another time. This is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick, let's take a look around, okay? You think it'd be okay? Of course. No one will ever know. Coffee? Yeah. I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly. Yes, thank you. Do not touch the desk, please. Nick, let's get out of here. Now she wants to get out of here. Your sweet ass, I'm looking at this CD case. There's a CD player on the desk. The desk is so loud, it's a wonder you can hear it. Lid's open. Wonder what kind of music the tiger's into. Have you finished the coffee? Ah. Yes, thanks. It was lovely. So, drank it all? Uh-oh. If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup. Coffee was laced with something, I'm almost sure of it. Nick, my stomach, it's killing me. Oh wait, maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast. I sure hope so. We're gonna take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the? What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw of the Tiger? It's a demo CD. But his name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Bomber. What? This must be the CD Maggie told us about. Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal. No way, that woman will make us drink more coffee if we do. I fucking knew it. Hey, look at this Parisian-style coat. It's so chic. It's more like a pimp coat to me. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion. Hey, look at this. The suit is the same colour as the one you wear, Nick. It's his Phoenix Wright disguise, huh? The same colour as my suit. Ah! Your voice down, Maya. Nick, gotta take a look at this. Some cake? Ah! I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Just wait here quietly. Otherwise... Sure. You hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said. Yeah, sure. I have my eye on you. Only so I can take care of you. Understand? Ah, I'm scared, Nick. So, what were you getting so excited about before? Look, on the lapel of this suit. That's an attorney's badge. Tiger a lawyer? No, wait, look at this thing. It's made of paper. It's made of cardboard. For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick. Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? Win through compromise. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Must mean something if they took the trouble to frame it like that. Yeah, well, it still doesn't make any sense to me. That. Ah! That's Tenderlander's guiding principle. Oh? Compromise the customer to win. Oh, I see. How about you, Nick? Yeah, as long as we don't have to compromise my hair, I'd say we're okay. One slogan no business owner should ever explain to their customers. Let's see, this round doll thing is called a daruma, I think. Figured I'd read a book or two and be more cultured in case you're wondering. Wow. I mean, you aren't making stuff up for a change? I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always right himself. Go on, Nick, give him a good shove. Oh, of course, like Darumaka, the Pokemon. Ah! Only if I feel like dying. Now, this yellow thing, I guess it's the equivalent of like a Weevil in Western culture, right? Now, this yellow thing, this is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king. Not that I'm an expert or anything, I'm more of a reversey person, you know. Assuming she knows what she's talking about. These aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Hey, there's a piece of paper sticking out from under here. What is it? Repairable? Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? 15,000 to replace a bumper and a light. That's insane. Car's registered to the Cadaverinis. Huh. So it's not even the Tiger's car. Why would someone else's repairable be in the Tiger's office? Interesting. All this shit on the floor. Oh no, someone's dropped the ashtray on the floor. That's going to be a nightmare to clean up. Yeah, it's over the rug and everything. I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain. It's one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal. I just managed to knock one of those over. Aren't they supposed to be super heavy? Oh, hey. There's a book of matches here, too. Matches, sir? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second. What is it? Look what's printed on its cover. It says Tribulations. Matches could come in handy. Maybe able to use them. Yeah. Pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out. Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss. I think the Tiger might have arrived. Ah! Come out from the desk, Maya. What are you two snooping around in my office for? Nothing. We were just... my precious carpet! You've got ash on my rug! You're gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door! It wasn't us. It was already... You just want to argue with me? Is that what you're doing? You think you can take me on? I can't do this voice for him. It's so... It's not an accent I can do. I'm gonna flatten you two into pancakes and turn you into my new rugs. Ah! Oh. Dontiga, you're back. That voice is like evil seeping into your head through your ears. I'm sorry, Dontigra. I knocked over that ashtray earlier. And... Is she got a death wish or what? Alright. Huh? Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. What? I ain't gonna get mad at you. You're too cute, you hear? So unfair. Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. And you'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan. Phoenix Wright. Yes? You either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now he's gotta come and mess up my plan. So it was him. He's my phony. Hey, but I don't care. No one gets in my way. What? I mean, excuse me? Hey, you should have left the little girl at home, right? I have a few things. No questions. This is the last time we meet. Wait, please. That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him. Like you owned to talk. I didn't hear you scream, hold it either. The espresso. Ah! And cookies. Something is definitely not good for my heart. Now what was it the tiger called her? Violetta? Hold the phone, Violetta. And I don't mean literally. I want to look at the punch bag. What's this? It's a punching bag. What? No way. You wouldn't catch me walking around with a bag like that. What do you mean walking around? The design's gross to start with and it's way too heavy to be practical. Why is it called a punching bag? Don't people know messenger bags are in? I knew it. I was right before, back at Tribulations. Paris fashion is more my thing. I really hope she's pulling my chain on this one. Just the desk left, I guess, and the rug. That's one impressive desk and one impressive rug. Solid gold, Nick. Gold. Just look at that shine. Only real gold shines like that. Would you really want such a shiny desk, though? I don't know, but let's see what it's like to sit at a solid gold desk. Wow, I'm completely dazzled. Because it's completely dazzling. I can see it my nose in the reflection. That's got to be really distracting. The desk isn't practical. No surprises there. Okay, well that's everything we're going to find out by looking. So let's do some wording instead. So, I'm kind of curious about your company tender lender. She's called Viola now, not Violetta? Make your mind up, game. With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business. Conscientious rate of interest. And an attractive repayment policy. Why do I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well? We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra here at Tenderlender. Hey Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright & Co at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? I'd like to take out a loan from a place like this, not so much. Tenderlender is on your side. Hee. So let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then? We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right. I think I'd rather skip town. Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating? What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager. Manager being the tiger? Furio Tigre. Furio? Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from. Zinniup's got a real name, Nick. Hurry up and find out more about him. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre? Cookie? Sure? How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself. Hee. Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours. No. Ladies first, Maya. Hee. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together? We are lovers. That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice. And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me. Tiger saved you? Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to... Okay, Don Tigre, of course, I'm sorry. Saved her life. I'd sure like to know how that happened. Okay, she's not going to tell us about herself. She doesn't leave the office and can't tell us anything more about anyone except Don Tigre. I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died. Once. Hee. Died? About 4 months ago. The doctors said to abandon all hope. Damn it, I hit the DPI button on my mouse. No! Why did they put the DPI button on top of the mouse? That's so stupid. I hate that you can't disable that. I guess we were expecting her to take a boat ride across the River Styx. But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything. Everything? When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe. I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso, which is also coffee. I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So is that why you've got that bandage around your head? He. This. What's the story with the bandage? Rude. They put it on after the operation. Operation? It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury. Hee hee hee. Fatal injury? Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you died once. Jeez, 4 Cyclops. Ah, she really creeps me out, Nick. Hold on, let me make a save because we just hit 4 fucking Cyclops. Same here, but we've got to find out the truth. I reckon I don't think we have enough fucking info to break those, but we could try. Check out my Magatama. What do you think about this? Said that bandage around your head was from an operation. You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes. The operation was very difficult, apparently. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Hee. Did the injury in question have something to do with this? That's my first thought. It's got to be that, right? Well, donuts. Huh? I baked them myself. Homemade donuts. Have one. What's inside? Jam. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Hee. Thanks, but no thanks. I guess I'll pass. Okay. What happened to this woman first to have such a huge bandage around her head? This is some piece of evidence that will prompt her to tell me what happened. I got an achieve for offering me a donut, apparently. So the other thing is the car crash. So I was wondering, like, my first thought was like, it's her scooter. He hit it, like in a car crash or something. So maybe the car crash is the other side of it. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident. Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis. And she does look like a Cadaverini, right? Yes, it is. I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me? Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. Your relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Okay, how do I present that to her in a way that makes it clear she is a Cadaverini? Do I just present her? What do you have to say for yourself now? Pretzels. For you. Okay, that's a dead end. How do we link her to the Cadaverinis? Represent him?
Take that!
We just present the receipt again?
Take that!
Can we just not have the information that we need? How do we link her to the cadaverines? Scooter?
Take that!
Hmm. I'm pretty sure that the depths? Hmm. What would we present to you? Link you to the cadaverines. I think we probably need to go and look at something else first and come back. But maybe we don't, I don't know. There he is, old Cedar's back feeding the pigeons again. Take this and get out of my park. Like I thought, he's really mad. Come Maya, just keep your head down, let's sneak away while we still can. What, why? Hello, old man. What are you doing, Maya? Yeah. Hey, he just turned his back on us. I'm not surprised, I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning. Hey, Mr. Kudo. Pigeon, yeah. Look, we really need to talk to you, alright? Out with the demons, in with good fortune. Ow, seed, shell splinters, painful. I always knew you were a demon, Maya. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today. Everyone will be talking about me behind my back from now on. Dirty old man who was so busy looking at the serving girl's backside. He can't remember her face. A filthy depraved animal. Not at all. You listen to me, boy. I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress put it in. Put some white powder in the young lad's jarbuccino. Yeah, but it wasn't Maggie, right? It was Viola. Behave. Another thing, the young layabout was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles. I'm really sorry. I made a little mistake about the vase, so what? I know what I saw. I'll tell you. Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-head brat. Take this. You said you were a craftsman, right? Yeah, the modern world casts on its craftsmen like me aside in droves. Surely it's not that. Come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Yeah, me, I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one. Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself. Or to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole. Objection. Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, mate. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all. I've got a tsunami of frustration inside and it's ready to burst out. If we let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. What should I do? Suck it up. Guess I better let him talk. Always let people talk, you'll learn shit. So there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then. Of course not, you idiot. All I'm good for nowadays is running errands. Errands? Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Grandad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of 2-bit community handyman? Well... Buy some bread. Jason Statham, buy my fucking bread. Buy some bread, now that I can understand. What's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? I know people say what they mean. Get lost, that's what they try to say. Oh yeah, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home? And at the restaurant? Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Tribulations? Did you get asked to run an errand there too? Yeah, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned. What? So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over the table. The serving girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast, I was in a bit of a daze, you see. The owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you call the police? Call them yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time. So did you end up calling the police? It's a serving man, baby. No serving girl, it's a serving man, baby, yeah. Hello, Valerius. Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Wait till you hear her voice, Valerius, that I gave her. It's really, really fitting. Did you call them on your cell phone? Do I look like I'd have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went out looking for a payphone, of course. Went looking for one? Couldn't find one right away, you know. Valerius, you know me so well. I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes? So for 5... Oh, that's me. So for 5 minutes after the incident happened... Yes, sirree. The owner was at Tribulations on his own. Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? Well, I would have if you'd given me the chance. You're bullying me out of the courtroom. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh yeah, I remembered something else. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame. You have at least told us before we got to court. Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police? Yes, because that left fucking Frenchy McFrenchface alone with an unconscious waitress in order to put the poison in her apron. What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that woman, that man, alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose. What do you mean? Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant. Ah. Oh, sure, you go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. Suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead, huh? Need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. Okay. Well, we're right near Mr. Armstrong, so let's go see what he's got to say for himself. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again. Damn it. But the place is open for business. You can't have an open restaurant without a chef. Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me. Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone. Ah, missing right when we need to talk to him the most. Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose. Yeah, seems likely. You got anything to say about it? No, okay. Let's see what Maggie's got to say. No, we can't. Damn it! Okay, where can we go that will trigger some time progression? I think we probably have to break Viola's psychic locks then. Unless we ask him specifically. Let me try this. Maybe. You let me get 1,000,000 of my grumbles off my chest and I'll take one quick look. Oh no, it's just the same shit. What about Viola? Do you know her? I feel like maybe we should ask people about Viola. Let's see if Gumshoe knows who she is. Okay. Sounds like he knows nothing, Captain. Look. We're confused. We need to break this bitch's psychic locks, but I don't know how. Have they all got bandages on their heads? No, only this chick. I don't think she has amnesia. But we've done the first bit. So the first one is the repair book. The relationship with the Cadaverines is very strong, and this is why. Hmm. We tried presenting Tigra. I think we did, right? Hmm. I'm gonna look it up. Because if it's something we haven't got, then we're wasting time here. We need her medical papers. Okay, we don't have those, so that'll have to wait till later. So it's not that that's stopping us. Okay. So we can't get that until we progress. Due to the laser eye mask, he's probably a psychic unknown one. So the guy with the laser eye mask is the prosecutor. He's like us, but the other side of the courtroom. Monocle Man is the dead victim. So can't do much about him. So we need to find a way to go somewhere else. Sometimes it's tricky to figure out how you progress. Is there a slide here? No. And we looked at everything, right? We didn't miss any shit anywhere. We checked everything. Okay. We asked you. Oh, can we just ask you about it? What if we... Let's go about herself. Hmm. Do you know anything about music? Hmm. Oh, I've got an idea. Do you know anything about the Cadaverines? What do you think about this, Detective Gumshoe? Oh. I can't discuss anything connected to the case. Hey, I thought you said you were going to help us out. Can't help you out if I don't have any info. Yeah, I suppose the retrial has only just begun. Okay. Damn you, Gumshoe. I suppose you know anything about MC Bomber. Okay. I'd also love him to actually tell us if he found anything on that fucking bottle we gave him a while back that he was supposed to be getting analysed. What if... What are we missing to progress? We've only got 3 people we can talk to. It has to be one of them. So who's holding us up? There must be something we can show you. That's about it. Everything else you've already seen. I guess we could ask Victor about the thing. I guess there's nothing to stop us asking her about some of the stuff as well, but I feel like she's going to lock us down for most of it. You're old. Do you know anything about the cadaverinis? About the matches? About Viola? About La Tigre? Okay. I'm gonna go get a fresh drink, and I'm gonna look it up. So we're not just sitting here while I try every possible combination of everything for the next 20 minutes trying to figure out what we're missing to progress. See you in a moment. Okay. It was just a slight little detail that we need to do. We just gotta show something to Gumshoe. The other thing we can ask him about that he will give us more information on is Glenn. Of course. It's not really cheats for us. We would have got there eventually. It just means it would have taken fucking ages showing every fucking item and skipping through all the dialogue just to find out which one option is the one that opens something up. This guy was a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer at the place where he worked. What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden? It wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, don't you have any information that's a bit more fun? Fun? Oh, I know. So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. L worked yet? You might as well. His workplace? Where's that? A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc. Or something like that. Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go. Computers aren't really my thing, Maya. We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff. I wonder about that. Just around the corner from this joint. You should go take a look. Computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., huh? I'm going to head back to the precinct now. We've got a big meeting starting in a bit. About Maggie's case, you mean? No, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside. Okay, well, see you later then. Bye. Looks a bit like Doom Guy. You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I kind of got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for Maggie, actually. I was kind of hoping you'd give this to her for me. What is it? It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I could make it. I've been real worried about her. She looked like she's lost a lot of weight. Detective Gumshoe. How many weenies are in here? That's not a person on earth who could chow down this much meat. You think? I love weenies. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness. So, will you give it to her? It took me ages to make, so please say you will, pal. Can't exactly say no, can I? I've never seen a man eat so many weenies. Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry. I bet Maya can eat a lot of weenies. Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie. We will. Get out of here, you asshole. It's finally gone. Right, let's go to Blue Screens Inc. Blue Screens Inc. Where Valerius works. Wow, this place is so high-tech, you can almost smell the electricity in the air. There's a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know. Who are you? Oh, that's too nerdy for her. Hold on. Oh, hello. I'm sorry. Access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked. Wow, what secrets? Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave the building. Understood. Who is this woman? She's like a robot from some sort of whacked educational show. My name is Lisa Basil. That's also a palindrome. Wow. So everyone who works here's name is a palindrome. I'm the company director. Director? She's human? She seems more like a ghost in a shell. That thing over her eye, isn't that the same device as Glenn Elg's? Their power levels are over 9,000. That's Ann DMH, right? Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's an HMD. All of my programmers here at Blue Screens Inc. are supplied with HMDs. HMD's nuts. And do you write programs too? No, I just enjoy wearing this. They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one. So, what exactly is this firm's business? I will try to simplify it so that you can understand. We analyze the data management... Sorry, fucked it already. Hold on. We analyze the data management systems required by certain branches of industry, and then deliver optimum operating systems and source-level components to them. Huh? You lost me on the corner of analyze and management. No, Lisa Basil. It's hilarious. Not Basil Lisab. Doesn't matter, they analyze stuff. You've got that much, right? The software we produce is distributed on CDs. CDs? CDs nuts! Oh! We got her! We finally got her! Yes, CDs nuts. Compact disc. Digital optic storage media. Of course, CDs are used for software as well as music. This is a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they are doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now? I'm researching the impact of time-slicing non-logical to shared global variables obviously influencing response times and performance, so code dependence variables and memory overheads is vitally important. It's hilarious, oh my god, it's at work. Well, you get the idea, this is the sort of thing we are involved in. Do you good people follow all of that? Yeah. Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil? You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know. It's terrible. Can you tell us anything that might be helpful? I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier too. They couldn't tell him anything either because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Inc. Oh. How about Mr. Elg's desk? Have you cleared it out yet? No, not yet. It's this one, right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you're welcome to take it. Guess there might be a clue here somewhere. About Mr. Elg. He was the top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. He did suffer from one or two bugs in his personality. Oh, like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. What's the matter? He was a top programmer. I'd even say he was a genius. So he was really no trouble at all. A model employee. Hey, wait a minute. Just now you said something about him being in trouble. I'm gonna find out what this trouble was exactly. About Mr. Elg. Was he in some kind of trouble? I'm sorry. Why do you think that? I thought you said something about it just now. Said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Cyclops. Guess Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets. Castlevania joke. Nice. Okay, lady. If you are indeed a lady, take that. Let's have a look at your psychic locks, huh? What are you hiding? So how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in? I'm sorry, sir. We don't deal with troubleshooting here. How'd you like to speak to someone in customer service? You know what else is a palindrome? Yo, banana boy. Let me guess, did Googlebot give you that one? Because it's fucking lame. Guess I better take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Mr. Elg's troubles have something to do with this. Now then, we could go for the sports paper, but I think the lottery ticket could be the best. Oh, it could be a bunch of stuff. It could just be the lottery full stop. Did he blow all his money on the lottery? Let's go with his lottery ticket to start with. What is that? A lottery ticket. There were a ton of these on the victim's table at the scene of the crime. And what is the relevance of that? The victim, Mr. Glenn Elg, had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone dreams of being rich. Even I listen to Millionaire Radio. It's right, it's a bit weak on its own. But Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to the lottery, was it? Sports paper?
Take that!
Everyone likes to gamble from time to time. Huh? But be careful. If you're careless, you could lose everything. Your money, people's trust, etc. Looks like I got that one wrong. What? Okay. Wasn't restricted to the lottery. What else did he gamble on? I don't think we know. Oh, I know what it is, but we don't have the evidence on us right now because it's on the fucking table behind us. Duh. Whoa, look at this desk, Nick. What a mess. Pretty average to me. How can they work done with everything all over the place like this? Think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know. Trying to hint that I should tidy up my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. No hurry then. Hey, this calendar. What about it? This is another hint about tidying, you can forget it. Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen. December 3rd? That's the day Mr. Elg was murdered. Is there anything else? Yeah. It says, meet with the tiger. Tiger? Oh dear, oh dear. I talk to the nerds. Hold on. Wow, look at all this mess. Looks like they're all betting tickets. What kind of betting tickets? They're betting on which horse will win a given race. They're horse racing tickets. Oh wow, this drawers are stuffed full of these. Looks like they're all losing tickets though. There we go. We've got everything we need. He was in debt to the tiger. And that explains why they killed him. This many tickets would get you, what, a book down at the recycling centre? I didn't know you were so hard up you tried to profit from the dead, Nick. I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. I'll talk to the nerds in a minute. Let's break this bitch's locks. I'm back with more evidence. You ready? You ready for this? Right, so lottery ticket. And then horse racing tickets. The lottery, horse racing. He bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's gotta have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps. No. You're right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example. Do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? True. You could only lose 100% of your money, but you could win 1,000,000% of your money back. And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? It's true that Mr. Elk won $500,000 in the end. But that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? Whatever do you mean? Mr. Elk met with someone on the day he was killed. He even made a note on his calendar about the meeting. Meet with the tiger. What is the relevance of that? You're trying to suggest Glenn was meeting him to discuss his debt? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I've never heard anything about this tiger before. Maybe he's not even human. Maybe he really is a tiger. I'm no programmer, but does she really expect me to buy such messed up logic? In that case, I think it's time to introduce you to the tiger. Yo-Yo Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tenderlender. This is who Mr. Elk met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt. No. It's true that Glenn had backed up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think. $1,000, ouch. But I heard that he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Yeah, I guess they didn't know about that when they killed him, though. Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money. His talents? I suspect he was talking about programming. What computer program is worth $100,000? Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work. So close to cracking her. The program in question... Was it MC Bomber? Is it not an audio CD? Oh my god. It's a fucking... It's a virus. It's a virus. This is a very delicate matter. Without the necessary data, there's really no way I can access the information. Oh, it wasn't that. Damn it! I thought I was onto something. Ha. My first thought was like maybe he wasn't, because there was this thing about it being a record deal early on, and now I'm wondering if it was like a virus he was trying to sell to the highest bidder or something. But I don't think that's going to be enough to do it. What else do we have? We don't have the program because we need someone to analyze the disk. So that data is super admin restricted, desktop access password protected. Super admin restricted, desktop access password protected. What? This is madness. Amaya, this is Sparta. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. Worst joke of the game. Worst joke of the game. Ah, that one hurt. She won't tell us unless we say the right code word. A code word? Sesame. It's not Sesame, then it must be her mother's maiden name. That's how it always is. No point in having a password if it's always the same thing, Maya. She just doesn't want to talk about this. Maybe we should focus on something about Glen Elg. What do you say? I don't suppose the nerds would tell us anything, would they? He's really pounding that keyboard, isn't he? Wow, I bet that's where the pro in programming comes from, huh? Guess I shouldn't be resting on my laurels. Got to expand my skill set and all that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I could become old CD's apprentice. What about your spirit medium training? Oh, the nerds are collective nerds. I can only talk to one of them. Hey, look, Nick, it's a supercomputer. Looks like it's really smart and wise, doesn't it? Computers are only as smart as the humans who use them, Maya. That explains why we don't use the computer in our office. You work there too, Maya. Yeah, but at least I'm... Please, don't argue about something that is so trivial. Otherwise, the computer will laugh at you. Said she'd laugh at us, Nick. She's a human, Maya, not a computer. These pillars almost look like they're moving. It's kind of unsettling. Nah, they just look a bit twisted or warped or whatever word I'm looking for. This office was designed with a futuristic feel in mind. Futuristic? Yes, we tried to imagine what things might look like in the future when we designed it. It helps to soothe and calm the soul. Second thought, I agree with you, Nick. This place is really unsettling. Piss and biscuits. Okay. Fuck. Right, is there anything that isn't Sparta protected? Medication. That's also Sparta. Fuck. Let's see. Do we have the info that we need? Go back to Armstrong. Okay, nope. we cannot break those locks yet. We'll have to come back. Oh. Well, Armstrong's not there. Okay. Were you Maggie? Oh, Mr. Wright. Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you? Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sirs? I'm gonna stay up all night. I'm broke about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man. Well, he was all over the place with his testimony. He's not the only one. Huh? What do you mean? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not of what I remember of the incident anyway. Is it possible she's the one misremembering things? Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yeah, there's just so many things that don't seem to add up. Biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. Didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup? I mean, I guess they're just all in debt to him, right? So he's set this up. So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, it's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it. Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right? It was MC Bomber, Maya. The name was scrawled on the sports paper as well. They never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir. Or the victim's medication. Oh no, that's me. Or the victim's medication, that's gone too. Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me. You said you passed out when the victim Glenelle collapsed, right? Yeah. It's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. Filth, the Rozzers. And also, the Narcs. Before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir. But between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribulations. Nah, no idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright? The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture. Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police. Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time. Nah. You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you? When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all. It's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds. You sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier. I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir. Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out. Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about old CD. Oops. I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. Feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better. Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony. Roger. I'll spill it all and see what you make of it. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you? Actually, yeah. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite... Doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table... It's true there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say. It was an old man. Oh, and how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman. A woman? Sure, Maggie? Well, Not 100% sure, but I think so. So what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy. She had a kind of cackling laugh. Creepy? Cackling? 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 How do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently? Was it this woman by any chance? I know I used to be on the police force, sir. But I'm incarcerated now, so I can't use my connections to help you. She's not going to tell us anything about it. So she's not going to confirm or deny whether it was Violetta. But we know it was. What about this guy? Can you tell us anything about him? Holy smokes, that's him. Huh? That's your phony, Mr. Wright. Just look at that ridiculous suntan. For the record, I'm not sunburned like an overdried tomato, so I wouldn't know how. You told me you'd been on a business trip to Hawaii, and that's where you got the tan. I'm not hearing this. Okay, what about Glenn? Ah, that's the victim, isn't it? That day was the first you'd ever seen this man, right? Yeah. I'd never met or seen him before then. I just happened to be the waitress who served him his coffee, sir, that's all. It seems he was a computer programmer. Really? I'm useless with computers. Completely hopeless. I don't know any computer programs. Does she mean programmers? No matter what happens, I never let things get me down. You're always so positive, aren't you, Maggie? That's your Maggie bird, they say. The only bird catches the worm, the bird in the hand. Wow, all those phrases are named after you. And I never turn my back on anything. You're always so strong, aren't you, Maggie? That's your Maggie bird, they say. I'm a tough old bird. Jason Statham in disguise, innit? Tough old bird, Nick. Do you get it? Yeah, I get it. Oh, we should probably give it the fucking wieners. Hold on. I forgot about the wieners. Oh yeah, I've got something you're gonna love. Really? What is it? Lunchbox, just for you. Here. Wow, lunchbox. Wieners too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make it just for me? No, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this too. I can't accept it. Detention's student rules. No gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. Rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them. Somehow when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway, I hate wieners. Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But she's right. It's better than letting it go to waste. But I guess so. Eat the weenies. We had it. Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya. Well, how was it? I hit the spot. I love weenies. Ah, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. God damn it. Okay. What about... I don't suppose you know anything about the scooter, do you? Do you know about John's debts? Tried Simon's homebrew. Ah, I feel much better after the trial this morning. Seen this, haven't we? Just going to talk about the old man again. That's the cup I took over to the table, sir. But I didn't put anything in it. I could never do something like that. That's right, you could never do anything like that. I'm not good at carrying these large trays, you know. Try to bounce a tray with one hand to put something in the coffee with the other. I'd just be asking for trouble. I'd drop something for sure. That's right. She expects me to claim that she's too clumsy to have committed the crime. What about the stains, Maggie? Oh, yeah. That's from when I was carrying Christmas breakfast over to them. The ketchup splotch. Sorry, the ketchup splotch, you mean? My face was fire as you red thanks to that stuff. But you spilled the ketchup on your apron, didn't you? I don't see how. The ketchup covered omelette went flying and hit the customer in the face. Oh, talk about a tomato red face. Makes me wish I could have seen it myself. Yeah, I guess. It's kind of a sight to behold. Scratch card? Okay. CD? Just like the CD was missing. What, this CD? I don't know, I've never seen it before in my life. Fake badge? Ah, is that your attorney's badge? Actually, it's a fake. Holy smokes, that's it. Huh? That's the badge your phone had, Mr. Wright. You got duped by this? It's a completely different colour. And what about the fact it's made of paper? He said the badge got a tan as well, while he was in Hawaii on business. I need to see how my phone was able to gain her trust. You know anything about the Cadaverini family? Okay. Know anything about the matches? Do you know anything about... Did we ask you about Violetta? I think we did, right? Let's just try that again. Okay. What about Jean? Can you tell me anything about Jean? Mr. Armstrong was very good to me after I was fired from the force. I can't believe someone as nice as him could have had anything to do with this. Well, in the time between the victim being poisoned and the police being called, the only other person who was on the scene and had a chance to do anything was Armstrong. There was no one else there. This might be enough to trigger Armstrong being at the restaurant as opposed to talk to him. Mr. Armstrong wouldn't. He wouldn't set me up, would he? I think he probably did, but only because the yak made him. Seems like everyone's in debt to Tiger. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to Tribulations and see if we can find John. He's still not here. Okay, let's go to the detective offices and see if we can find Gumshoe. The main server just went up in smoke. Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already. Yeah, and there's a problem with the internet too. I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. Just gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No! Just when some young guy was about to confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend. Wow, this place is really buzzing. Something must be going down. Something really big. Huh? What are you doing here, pal? Detective Gumshoe. You can't be in here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? Got big problems here today. Why? What's going on? It's a virus! A virus! I called it! I called it! A virus? There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. But I really need to ask you some questions. Okay, I'm only gonna say this once, so listen up. Yes. No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear? Okay. You got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. We're not thinking about borrowing money, detective. We want information. Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Tender lender is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed, calling in all their debts. Really? Oh, to pay off the 15 grand, maybe? Really? Look at poker your nose around in their business, pal. You would regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? That lady? This lady is talking about, Nick. Better find out what the story is with this lady. So what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know. What? Look, I just go with the flow, all right, pal? There, I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. What's that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is? Well, Nick, do you? A computer virus, sure. I mean, only in simple terms, of course. Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick. Yeah, I'm going to call you Dr. Wright from now on. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright? Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine, I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics of the two of you. A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, the damage is, well, it's all internal. So the inside goes boom, right? Imagine all the case data you stored on your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all of that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about. Whoa, that's scary. Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious. Infectious? Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network, so the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Just like a real virus, huh? But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that? Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's. What? That's horrible. Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold. Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong. Who, what, where, when, and why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. Name of the virus, huh? I feel like I've heard it before, too. Yeah. I think what you're looking for is probably this. That's a gumshoe. About this. What? Oh. This is it. The stupid name. I remember now. I thought so. Here it comes. Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark. Nick, what's going on? It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. The name's scribbled on that sports paper and written on that CD. That's the name of the virus, MC Bomber. What? Yeah, the virus that just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details, please? We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if the demands weren't met. Who are they? I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. Now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing in a carnival. All this stuff with criminals and viruses, it almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie. Apparently the programmer who made the virus is a real genius or something. The focus right now is on tracing the root of this virus on the black market. Means someone put this virus up for sale? This is the info we need to break her psychic locks. Yeah, and because there's someone so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal. In the millions? A virus could be worth that much? There we go. That's what we needed, Gumshoe. That is what we needed. Smell you later. For God's sake, how do I get back to... Go to Trabian, then blue screens. Right, so we show you the Megatama, and then we can start breaking some locks. Ba-ba-bum. Okay, Glenn's Troubles. Step 1, lottery ticket. Step 2, the nags. Step 3, the tiger. But do we have to show the thing first?
Take that!
Then the tiger.
Take that!
And now we can present what we already fucking presented, because I already knew what it fucking was. The CD.
Take that!
Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. Oh. Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer, but it had been infected with a gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky. Risky? Risky how? Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Tribulations. Where do you come up with these ideas? So it's safe to say Mr. Elg was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was a work of genius, in a bad sort of way, of course. It's still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable. Gumshoe was right for a change. His date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts. Just use the trash can, Nick. Okay, fine. So I guess what we really need is Armstrong, who's hopefully back in the kitchen by this point. Oh, God damn it, Armstrong, where are you? Son of a bitch. Why are you not there? So now we tell him, I guess, that it was made by Glenn Elg? Okay. Maybe not. What about the Cadaverini family? Can you tell us anything about that? Titties. Ah, here we go. That's the girl who works over at Tenderlander. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it. She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she? That should be the least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? Her name's Viola Cadaverini. Bum, bum, bum. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini. Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick? Never heard of him. Bruto Cadaverini is the boss of the Cadaverini family. Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name. We can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. You're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. I'll get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. Excellent. Also, do you know anything about Tiger? Oh, this guy, the Tiger. Is he famous? Yeah, this guy's not a loan shark, you know. Nope, he's a big lone cat. Hence the name. You'll pay him back, and you better say your prayers, because he'll eat you alive. You're shaking, detective. Like a leaf. I'm just, you know, kind of on edge at the moment. If you know what I mean. Sure. Okay, well that gives us the info we need to go break Viola's locks. So let's do that. So we need to go detention center to Trebian to Vitamin Square to Tenderlander.
Take that!
Right. So first step was the car crash.
Take that!
Then I guess. Oh. It hasn't updated her to say that she's part of the Cadaverinis. But we just. Hmm. Hmm. What are we missing? What have we not done? Uh, blue screens. Calendar. There's troubles. Let's move to the kitchen. You'll see Armstrong. Oh, the woman just now. Yeah, we've done that. Gumshoe leaves. Lunchbox. Uh, bu- 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 Gumshoe's lunchbox. Talk to Gumshoe. Oh, we have to go and talk to. Oh, for fuck's sake. So stupid. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who. You're a cop and you're scared? What's that about? Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop, these guys are scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. You can't touch them. They've got too much moolah. Moolah? As in, they pretty much control all the cash on the city's black market. Black market, huh? And that includes Tenderlander, I take it? Sure, no one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini. And I mean no one. Interesting. So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss, then. Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him. So, how did she end up at Tenderlander? I don't know, pal. I heard she and the boss of Tenderlander are pretty tight. Tight? That's what it said in a file I read related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue. I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing. And that is, you know, the lunchbox. How did everything go? Lunchbox? Remember the weenies. I ate weenies. Oh yeah, those weenies. So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch? Huh? Well, it was delicious. Yeah, that's what she said, really? Well, not exactly. Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox. Oh. Do me a favor again, her pal, and deliver this. Sure is a heavy burden in more ways than one. I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that. Wieners again, Nick. Tell me we don't have to eat all these too. I really can't eat anymore. We're gonna eat all the fucking wieners. Going straight back there to give her the... Oh, she's gone! Fuck! Okay. Maybe we can use it as a bribe for someone else. Right, I'm here to break your locks again. Wait, have you been updated? Yes. Excellent.
Take that!
Oh, gotta hit my DPI button again. Fuck. You said that bandage around your head. Oh yeah, we did this. So, car crash.
Take that! Take that!
I know exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? It happened about 4 months ago. Oh, wrong voice. I was driving in one of our family's cars, and someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike, or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try and avoid it, but... I took a blow to the head. A bad one. Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right? I don't know what happened to them. They ran away. Or so I heard. Ran away? If they'd stayed, I'd have... Is it possible? Could the person who committed the hit and run have been... La Tigra?
Take that!
It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident. It wasn't Don Tigra. I refuse to believe it. We collided, the motorbike and my car. Don Tigra isn't injured at all, is he? It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash, I can feel it. Plus one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. So, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike.
Take that!
Not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigra rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini? You know the truth, don't you? Superba was paid for by Furio Tigre. Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? It's possible. Perhaps. Somewhere inside me. I know that may be true. I knew it. But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive. Seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right? After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him. Really? Do you honestly believe that to be true? You wanna know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. I think it was because Bruto made him. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini. Do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money? $1 million. 4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure. Oh, really? Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big. They said the operation cost $1 million. $1 million? My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation, huh? Underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically pay or get into some serious trouble. $1 million? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, but I knew that wasn't really true. Wow, I'm so sorry. What he did to get the money it was evil. That it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these. What are these? Medical papers. I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. If he was made an offer, he simply couldn't refuse. So, he gets hit with the bill for $1 million, pays it, goes after Glen Elg because of the virus, which is worth millions. Glen Elg happens to have won $500,000 on the lottery. He uses that to frame Maggie and set up this whole thing. And everyone's in on it because they all owe him money. Wow, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? And 2 things that I consider inexcusable: poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Is everything alright, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I won't need to have convinced Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Okay. Bonjour. I've been waiting for you to return. Mr. Armstrong. Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you fellas. Ah, it's Zinniop. Who you calling Zinniop? Ah. I'm out under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? You just want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers now. Uh-oh. I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That goes dumber than an eggplant. You just want to know what she said? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only her face. She thinks she's got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad. Can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the $1 million you used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here, you got that? 2. Oui. Mr. Armstrong. Oh, forgive me, désolé. I cannot argue with him. Ow, that really hurt. Is that all you've got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Wait. Don't take it too hard, Phoenix Wright. That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Hold it, pal. Sense of gumshoe. Detective? You think you're gonna stop me, copper? Beat it! Gah! Whoa, come on, Gumshoe, keep it together. You guys get out of here. Leave this to me. But go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, it's gonna look after Maggie, huh? Alright, thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind. I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court. Tenderlander is going down. TPC. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie. So, what do you think's going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well, and ended on a giant mystery. That's true, and we still haven't solved a single part of it yet. You okay, Nick? Huh? Yeah, of course. I saw that, and a little flash of doubt in your eyes. No, that wasn't doubt, that was determination. Why don't I believe you? It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Hey, pal. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. How do you know she was stressed? I was watching through the doorway. Oh. Looks like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this'll help. Ah, the bottle. Finally. Fuck me. I'd forgotten about it. It's been so long. Huh? Have you already taken up aromatherapy too? Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing. Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is the small bottle that turned up in Tribien's kitchen a couple of days ago. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And it doesn't smell. Finally got the analysis results back from the lab. So what is it? Is it the poison? I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication. Yeah, figures. Medication? Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. For ears? You mean... Yep, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? Because fucking Frenchy McFrenchface stole it because he's a klepto. What about the fingerprints? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but... it's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, got it? Today's trial. I'm going to expose that guy for what he's done on My Name is Phoenix Wright. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. Let's drop a save right here where we can come back to that if we need to. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good, then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the brim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? Oh. I wonder. I wonder if they put the earpiece in after they killed him. That still doesn't make a lot of sense. And then framed him with the lottery tickets, but then why have a winning ticket? Yeah, okay. Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You've lost me already, Mr. Godot. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules. Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles. The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here. He was throwing us off the scent. And today, I'll prove it. Very well, let the first witness take the stand. You are... Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am John Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Tribulations restaurant. Enchanté. I'll make a note of that starter, Valerius. Hold on. Harpooner. Let me guess, you looked up poon, huh? Maybe. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman? Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am le petit perky gentleman, no? I mean, he called himself a woman the other day. On the day of the incident, were you in Trebien's kitchen? Isn't that right? Was you, monsieur? Everything feels right. Ah! Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Very well, your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Trebien. Oh, oui, volontiers. When it all happened, there was just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art deco that day. Like having a large mirror between la tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. No, because it was in the same ear as the earpiece, so that's bollocks. La cup, la earpiece, and the glasses. You would have seen everything in reverse, no? But then the glasses would have been on the right side, and we can prove that's wrong with the picture, right? Mirror? Oui, un grand mirror. La most enormous mirror. And suddenly the mystery disappears. Like my coffee in America. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum, no, it wouldn't. The mirror would have been made everything. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Thank you, Your Honor. We'll begin by looking at a picture of the crime scene. You can't see which side the thing is on. But I mean, we have, like, we know he wore it on his left eye. everyone wears it on the left eye, right? So if it was reversed, it would have been on his right eye. That's what I'm going in on.
Hold it!
Maybe it was opposite day. Everything would have been in reverse? Whee! Hey Nick, we should take a second and think about what old CD said in his testimony. How did he phrase it again? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. And then he used the same man to pick up the cup, his left hand. He saw everything he described reflected in the mirror, and everything he said we saw on the left was actually on the right, huh? And that clears up all the problems with his testimony, I guess, or does it? Ha! It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but... Do you think old CD saw everything through a reflection? If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony. That just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's got to be something in the old man's testimony. We just got to dig deeper. Right, hold on. Let's see if we can present Glenn.
Objection!
Coughing up the earpiece and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? Boy's wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question. You can lock me up if it was wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. So to summarize, we were told that the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. And if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement. You see, monsieur? Now that you think about it, it is not so hard, no? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Oh, duh! Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
Objection!
How bitter. Trite, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. You're talking about your coffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks. How he thinks? You remember this, I presume. The I broke the vase sorry apology letter? I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg? Well, he is the victim's eyepiece. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece on those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Ha! Well, Trey, I don't know what you're saying. That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. Wow, I really thought he was old CD for a minute there. Good as good. Enough! I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court where all is. Oui, I can explain. Perhaps if you will look at les plans of la restaurant. Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably? La mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victim. That was the seat at the table next to la victim's. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved la mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. We know he did. I see no problems with the explanation we've just heard. On the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. Look, I'm sorry, this is still bollocks about what he saw. Okay, fine. What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing Aussie men like this. Objection, it's all bollocks. Yeah, exactly. That is. I want a button that is just a bollocks, a bullshit button. Remember that? Bullshit. Bullshit. Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. I hate that guy. Said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Yeah, of course. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you please.
Hold it!
You sure about that? There's nothing except for the mirror. Mr. Wright, is there something where the witnesses said that doesn't match the crime scene? Yeah, there is. Just can't put my finger on what exactly. Ha! Suffering from a case of heartburn, Trite. Oh, I have just the same for that. And now we go to murder and Frankenstein's. Add a few drops to your coffee and voila! Enjoy. Focus, Phoenix, breathe. Just need to ignore those two and find some evidence. It's pretty strange though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a very large mirror. You'd think somebody would have, but Maggie didn't, and neither did old CD. The only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Tribulations that day. Now I've just got to prove it somehow. Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Because I thought we were going to get him on the fact that he didn't touch anything. And prove that he stole the medication. But Maya seems to be implying we should be doing something about the mirror.
Hold it!
So run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? We? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It'd be in the way.
Objection!
Look who's talking, Trite. Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But this is my seat in the courtroom. Tribulations' charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, Trite. I tell you, monsieur, the mirror was there in the middle of the restaurant. There's only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim.
Hold it!
And where would that be? Oh la la, look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once. That attracts the older ones too, you know, handsome. Shall I teach you too? I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. Bet she has mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume. Yeah, I will tell you, there was only one seat from which you could have seen. That was a seat at the table next to the victims. Okay. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat? Never sure, it is obvious, no? If you look at the plans, you will understand. The victim would have been reflected in the mirror like so. If you were sitting at the table next to him, you would have seen everything, no? So that's the seat old CD was sitting on that day, when the poisoning happened. The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim. Why does that seem kind of odd? Because he broke the vase, and the vase was still there. And he claimed he didn't move anything else.
Hold it!
And the old man heard something break. Maybe he had the mirror break. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police? Oui, exactement. I carried it out of the restaurant, sir. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself. What can I say? I know how to pick things up and some... You actually laughed at something. Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it is possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? I look like the obliging type, no? But naturally, I did not touch anything else. And what about the vase? I'm gonna save, in case the game is like, no, that's stupid, even though it's obviously not stupid and is actually correct. But just in case.
Objection!
Your Honor, Mr. Kudo's words yesterday strongly contradicts Mr. Armstrong's testimony. This is the letter of apology that was written by Mr. Kudo, is it not? I realize it looks useless, Your Honor, but this is still testimony. Ha! I guess useless people are only really good at identifying useless things. What relevance does this scrap of paper have to the trial, Mr. Wright? Mr. Kudo's testimony is actually very relevant to the question at hand, Your Honor, because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. Yeah, that's the one.
Take that!
This piece of evidence contradicts what the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist? Ha! Sounds like you're describing yourself, trite. Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. What is the something that should not exist in this photo?
Take that!
There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Objection!
Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seats that only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. Exactly, douchebag. There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. The testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Mon Dieu. Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene.
Objection!
Fortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else except for the mirror. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? Sniffer? I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear which he couldn't hear? Ha! You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. Okay, let me save. And also, I'm going to quickly go pee because I'm busting. I'll be right back. You need to have either a bucket or your chair for peas, or do it the Cartman way of Mum. Fortunately, I don't have a mum to bring me a poop bucket in Valerius. Okay, let us return to Phoenix Wright. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw? Answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. You gonna be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick? There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? And what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. The victim was a phony. That doesn't make sense. What? The victim was a phony. That doesn't make sense, right? What? I'm trying to think why. I mean, choose the victim was a phony. Why? What's the point? That's so elaborately weird. Okay, fine. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but okay. It's far more logical that they just paid Victor to lie. Like, why does it have to be that they went to the trouble of sending him out, getting rid of the victim, putting a fake in place, showing him the guy dying in the same way that they're going to kill him anyway? Like, what is the point? And then afterwards, what? They put the real victim back? Because the police found the real victim, right? It's all very weird. Do you not think? Is it not very weird? There's one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. What? Yeah, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all. It was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. I don't know why they need the imposter, though. What is the point of the imposter? That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. Order! Settle down about clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Trad, are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yes. Yeah, some pretended to be Glenn Elg and acted out the whole coffee poison. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. Why? Why not just bribe him? Or blackmail him?
Objection!
Get real trite. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was the serving girl brought him a Jarbuccino. But she put something in it. That's the serving girl. Yeah. It's so hard to believe, but there was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo the fake poisoning. Show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee.
Objection!
Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? Yeah, it was Viola. It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. Well, he's in on it as well, obviously. That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct? La la, this is most difficult for me.
Objection!
No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You're under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at Tribulations that day? Defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. Defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. We will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant on that day. Oui, oui. In the restaurant. La victim, Monsieur Elk, he came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery, Monsieur Elk became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. No, there was no time for a phony to do the acting. So we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all. Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. What you've just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I'll decide how to punish you later. Oh, oui, oui. Oh. For now, we will hear your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, if you please. You took that perjury charge a bit too well. I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. Okay. Guess let's just start pressing on the various bits and see where we get to.
Hold it!
Was he alone at his table as well? Was he alone at his table as well? No, oui, I saw him from my kitchen. Yeah, the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table.
Objection!
Ha! Unfortunately for you, trite, yesterday's witness also testified the victim was alone. We just established that was bollocks, though, right? Did we not just establish that bollocks? I think there should be a rule about the level of bollocks. The bollock level, you might say. Imagine if a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking? It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet. It might say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. Does it though? I remember the old man arrived not long after him. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? He comes often for my special coffee. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you made me so happy, monsieur. You are most welcome anytime. They said it was worth one sip and nothing more. So Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. What time was it? Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh, I cannot remember, monsieur. I believe we were told by a witness yesterday. Crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Right, so it was reported at 2:25. We know he heard the winning lottery thing at 1:30. So there's like almost an hour before it got reported, right? Which is more than enough time to go get the fake, I guess. The incident happened around 20 minutes after he arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., no? No. Time of death was 1:30. I can sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? Time of day will be added to the witness's testimony. Oui, monsieur judge. Everything I do it for you. Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song. He's even humming a song to himself. Right. So that's utter bollocks. Because he was listening to the fucking radio. But how do we prove that? The Millionaire Radio flyer? Oh, let me say before I do that, just in case the game is like, in case I'm too early on picking up on it.
Objection!
I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. What do you mean? The time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers on behalf of the $1 million lottery ticket. Oui, that must be the show Monsieur Egg was listening to. Don't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright? I wonder. Say the victim arrived in your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I knew it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, trite, if you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. And it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. So now at 1:30. Now supposedly the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yeah, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. Oh. This victim we have been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listen to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion we can draw from these facts. His victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were two Glenelgs in Tribulations that day. The real Glenelg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glenelg acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It's so weirdly elaborate, isn't it? Why is it so elaborate? Feels like it shouldn't be. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy?
Objection.
Quite a performance, Trite. You were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. What are you wibbling about? What is this, Musical Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then where the real Glen Elk is? He's already dead. I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time the real Glen Elk was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection.
Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say. Well, now I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? Missing corpse? I assume they hid it in the kitchen. According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. That customer was the phony Glen Elk. Then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? Yeah. Prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. Your theory is to stand up to examination by the court. You must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Okay, let's save. If in doubt, save. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence? What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden? Thought I had him with that contradiction. Turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. L concealed? Inside Tribulations, right? There's no reason to think it was in Vitamin Square, so it's got to be inside Tribulations. Would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations. Interesting. And where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Fridge, maybe? I don't fucking know. Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. The exact location where the body was concealed is...
Take that!
The body was hidden here. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location? Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? No. I have never seen such ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations. What? But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. This bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? Mr. L visited an otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day. You can't be serious. The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. Contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Then Elg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incidents occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mon Dieu. Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. Oh. Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness! Did you murder Mr. Glenelg? Never. I could not do such an horrible thing. No! Oh, that's Godot. No! Mr. Godot! The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. You have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? Then I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend? Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor. That's not even French. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No. No, absolutely no. I simply... Let's hear it. You've got one shot. One opportunity. Knees weak, arms spaghetti, right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel. Oui, it is clear. They always say in the movies, I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well, begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. It is true. I hid the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me. Le boohoo. You are forced by who? I cannot say, or I will be erased. Let's try a different question then. When Mr. L died, was he really the only person at his table? There was. There was another man. I knew it. Maggie was telling the truth. You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. Gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Yeah, I think we go for the reason, right? What was the reason? What reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong? You know, monsieur. Yes? Surely you cannot expect a young maiden to talk about such an embarrassment. A maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that. And a bit too male. I can't finish the cross-examination without establishing his reason, so I'll just have to prove it with evidence. Oops. Okay. Give me... Right. We're gonna present your debts. If that doesn't work, we'll present evidence that there's a loan shark. If that doesn't work, we'll present the tiger. It's one of those. But let's start with your debt. $500,000.
Objection!
You have a $500,000 debt, don't you? $500,000. Is this true, Mr. Armstrong?
Oui, je suis désolé. I was weak and I borrowed la money.
This is Mr. Armstrong's Achilles heel. And that's why you couldn't refuse anything asked of you by this man.
Take that!
A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
Oui, it is as you say.
Mr. Armstrong?
Le tiger, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On la day in question, he was meeting la victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried la body and la inconscient Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. Poison in the lottery ticket that was found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well?
No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. That was not. It is despicable.
Mr. Godot, we will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. 30 minutes. What? Trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. How the? Don't sit back and relax yet, trite. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Request is granted, Mr. Godot. We'll resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. TBC. And this time, I'm afraid it's a real TBC. Because it is time for poor old Sharon to go and get some food and get some eats. I'll be back in about 2 hours to do some shit with the boys. I don't know what we're doing. We'll have to let the wheel decide, most likely. So I guess come back and find out at 6 p.m. I'll see you later. Bye.